I have a pile of clothing here today that we're going to be talking about. Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. My name is Lily. So today's subject is clothing alterations. I'm going to be teaching you 5 different clothing alterations that you'll probably use more than once. So before we jump in, I want to talk to you guys about the sewing machine I'll be using. I went ahead and used my $80 Walmart sewing machine that I purchased about 10 years ago, and this thing still works perfect, and I've sewn clothes with this thing from start to finish. Although I was very tempted to use my industrial sewing machine, which works amazing. I just want to show you guys that this could be done with simple tools. You don't need any expensive equipment. Okay then. Let's jump right in.
For our first clothing fix, I'll be showing you how to hem pants. You'll need a ruler, a sewing machine, some scissors, chalk, thread, and some pins. To begin, you'll need to do a proper fitting. Make sure you're standing on a hard surface. Avoid standing on something with high texture, like a shag rack for instance. Wear the shoes you'll be wearing most with your pants. Following that, use a pin to secure your length. Don't worry about the front of your pant leg too much. You'll only be using the back for reference. You'll also only need to pin one leg, not both, unless of course you know for sure your legs are different heights. Following that, mark your length with your chalk. Okay, now you'll need to align your side seams to prep for cutting. Mark your length with your chalk and ruler. My pants needed about 3 inches off the bottom. Once you have your length marked, you'll need to add a seam allowance for your hem. The standard on most jeans is to leave about 3/4 of an inch to match the original hem as much as possible when sewing. To help you keep the length even while sewing, mark the length on the rest of your pant legs as well. Then cut your pants at your seam allowance, and to finish your pant hem, you'll need to fold the bottom in twice and give it a straight stitch. I like to start with the thickest part and work my way around. Then secure your stitch at the end and remove loose threads. Iron your pants and that should be it. For our second clothing fix, we'll be hemming the sleeves on this shirt. You'll need a ruler, some chalk, a pin, some scissors, and a sewing machine. To begin, you'll need to do a fitting. Pin the length on one of your sleeves while wearing your shirt. Remove your shirt and mark where you've pinned with chalk. Then, align your side seams and mark the length with chalk and add an additional 3/4 of an inch to the length for seam allowance. Then, mark your length on all 4 sides and cut at your seam allowance. To finish off your edges, set your sewing machine on the zigzag setting and sew your edges to keep them from fraying. Then fold your hem in and give it a straight stitch. Don't forget to look at where you've marked your length for reference while sewing. And to finish it off, iron your shirt and that should be it. Okay then, for this one, we'll be shortening this dress. You'll need some scissors, a sewing machine, chalk, ruler, and some pins. Make sure and wear your shoes for your fitting. Use some pins to secure your length and mark your length with chalk by one of the pins. My dress needed about 4 inches off the bottom. Following that, mark how much needs to be cut off your dress with chalk, working your way around. Then, align your side seams and make sure your bottom is as even as possible. Iron out any wrinkles if needed and pre-wash your clothing, that way you know it won't shrink anymore. Before cutting, you'll need to add a seam allowance and mark it. Or if you feel comfortable enough, you can cut without marking it. That's what I did. Then, to finish off your hem, fold in twice, making sure you're not folding over your marked length, and give it a stitch. And that's it. For our fourth one, I'll be showing you how to fix ripped jeans. You'll need some scissors, a patch, some thread matching the color of your jeans, a ruler, some stitch witchery, an iron, and a sewing machine. I always have a box of old jeans that I use for patches. It saves money and works way better than the pre-made patches they sell at the store. To begin, clean up the fuzz and extra threads sticking out around the tear you'll be working on. Then, cut out your patch or use your pre-made patch. Depending on where you'll be adding your patch, it might be hard to get to with your sewing machine, so you'll need to use a seam ripper to gently take apart one side of your jeans. I used a razor blade. Please proceed with caution. Okay, every pair of jeans has one side that has a top stitch and one side with a regular stitch. Always make sure and take apart the side that has a regular stitch. If you touch the top stitch, it's a lot harder to put back together. To keep your patch from fraying, use your zigzag setting on your sewing machine to go over all the edges. Then, turn your pants inside out and iron your patch and the area you'll be working on. Apply your stitch witchery around the tear and iron on your patch. Keep in mind, stitch witchery is just a substitute for pinning. Do not leave it without sewing over it. To sew your patch, you will need to first outline it with a straight stitch, then create long zigzags using your reverse stitch lever. Reverse stitch lever. That was a tongue twister. Here's what the front and back should look like when you're done. Then, to complete your patch, simply sew the side seams on your pants, back up, and that's it. Okay, for our last clothing alteration, I'll be showing you how to make your jeans into shorts. This is very similar to hemming your pants. Pin your length while wearing your pants. Then lay your pants on a flat surface and align all the side seams. Use a regular ruler or a yardstick to mark your length, leaving 3/4 of an inch for the seam allowance. If you don't plan on sewing on a hem, you can cut it right at your length and leave the edges raw. If you'll be giving them a hem, then fold the edges in twice at the bottom and stitch over it with your sewing machine. And that's it.
Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video and actually learned something. If you liked it, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And if you aren't subscribed, don't forget to subscribe. Turn on that little notification bell so you don't miss any fresh DIYs. If you have any more clothing alteration questions, go ahead and leave a comment down below. I would love to help. Okay then everyone, thank you for taking the time out to support me and comment and follow me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.